I believe Sister Sumaya is calling all the way from Afghanistan. Assalamu alaikum, Sister Sumaya.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam, Sister. How are you?
Thanks for your good program. I have two questions. One question, what criteria taqwa? Two question is, why Arab reserves wives don't care about hijab, especially in Ramadan? It's against taqwa, this action.
Jazakallah khair for your comment, Sister, and for calling in. Alhamdulillah, Sister Sumaya is calling all the way from Afghanistan. Subhanallah. Well, the first question Sister Sumaya had was, what are the characteristics of taqwa? Sister Khadija, I'm going to come to you because you covered that earlier. If we could just recap that, inshallah.
The characteristics of taqwa is basically you need to be aware of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You have to obey His commands. So, stay away from haram and do halal. So, in every aspect of your life. So, it can't just be one aspect, your personal, hijab, or it has to be, your social, political, every single aspect. You have to obey Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and His commands. So that's one of the fundamentals actually of taqwa. But the second thing is that there's, obviously Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gives you glad tidings of people, muttaqeen, which goes further into the four characteristics, which is that, I've mentioned already.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
If I may add, inshallah, in terms of what we're saying about how to attain taqwa, this is the key thing that everyone really struggles with, isn't it? And it is very difficult in the modern world, isn't it? That we do find that even in the UK, sadly, Muslims are moving away from those Islamic values. We do find that a disproportionate number of Muslim youth are in UK jails, down to things that mostly to do with drugs, unfortunately. Also, the paedophile rings that we were talking about earlier on, sex trafficking and stuff like that. There are Muslims who are involved in this, and when you look at these individuals, their lives are characterised not by Islam but by this value of, I can do whatever I want, I can drink and sell drugs, and this is what these guys were involved in. They have no care for anyone but themselves.
Well, subhanAllah, let's move to Sister Sumaya's second question, which was, in some countries of the world, Muslim countries, hijab is not it's not made an obligation. People are not kind of committed to wear hijab. Why is this? Surely this is a sign of taqwa as well.
Yeah, if you look at, the Muslim lands, a lot of it is not, ruled according to Islam. They've got a mishmash of, democracy, Islam, and a whole host of other things. And, with that, you get a lot of injustices, things that need to be upheld don't get upheld. Rather you get people who get abused by certain laws that are in place, and it has like a complete sort of effect that maybe that they would have desired. So it's just to remember that although yes, these are Muslim lands, these are Muslim rulers, but they're not necessarily ruling by Islam. And this is why you find that they're not allowing, like in the case that was in Turkey, not now but previously, the previous government, hijab was not allowed for female students. And even though it's a predominantly Muslim country, it was banned. And the thing is that because Islam was not implemented, and this is the case across the board.
Absolutely. Well, let's come to look now, because obviously we spoke about some of the Sahabas talking about what taqwa actually means, but how did the Sahabas attain taqwa? Sister Khadija.
SubhanAllah, this concept of taqwa, the whole Islamic civilization was built upon it. This was the basic component that was upholding all the systems of Islam. So Sahabas were the one who understood this very well. The fact that, no matter where I am, I'm being watched by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Yeah, the awareness of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala was there constantly, even though they didn't have much knowledge of Islam at that time, at the early years.